an unbelievable story. Google has a lot of explaining to do. If you Googled the California Republican Party lately, the information box would inform you about the party's ideology. What it said is jaw-dropping. Let's examine it with House Majority Leader Kevin McCarthy, Republican from California. It's great to see you, Majority Leader McCarthy. What is going on? Google said that this was a mistake, but you've got wind of this, and when you typed in California Republican Party, what showed up?
It said our ideology was Nazism. It wasn't the party of Lincoln. It wasn't the party of Reagan. It said we were Nazis. And remember, Google is the largest search engine in the world. 90% of all internet searches goes through Google. And this is what they said the California Republican Party was. Now, I got wind of this, so I went to see, are they pulling it from Wikipedia? And I went over to Wikipedia for the California Republicans. It did not say Nazism. And so it concerns me greatly, because this isn't the only situation, the bias that is happening here. If you searched on Instagram for Donald Trump Jr. this weekend, you know what it told you? It warned you that his site could cause you harm or even death. Then Amazon kicked off the Alliance for Defending Freedom to give their charity program, Amazon Smile, where if you're a conservative and you're purchasing something there, you can send some charity money to a nonprofit. Yeah. They removed them because the Southern Poverty Law decided they weren't good. These are people who defend religious freedom before the Supreme Court.
That Southern Poverty Law Center has turned into a left-wing, rabid, radical group that tries to, malign people, myself included, because we stand up for against Christians being persecuted in the Middle East, and now we're anti-Islam. Okay, it's ridiculous. So what can be done? Google says this. They blame Wikipedia in their statement that they released. They said they usually catch vandalism, Congressman, for impact search results, but occasionally errors get through, and that's what happened here.
They gave that explanation after we went forward in public with it, but I had already searched Wikipedia. It wasn't on the Wikipedia page. So this is why we need transparency. This bias against conservatives has to stop. And they always explain it away with something small. No, I want to know, did an employee in there go forward and put the idea that the party of Lincoln, that brought us Ronald Reagan, that decided we were Nazis? That's unacceptable.
Yeah, well, it's a liberal culture there in Silicon Valley, certainly at Google. I want to move on to other topics. A lot of conversation on Capitol Hill about who's going to be the next speaker. Your name is always at the top of the list, but your friends over there in the LA Times yesterday said why California's Kevin McCarthy is having a hard time locking down the speaker's job again. What's happened? I hear a congressman from North Carolina's name mentioned who, I don't even know. What's his name? I don't even know his name. But we have other people's names mentioned. But what's going on?
Well, one, there's no speaker race right now. It's Paul Ryan decided that he's not going to run for re-election. So after the election, we will have one. But what's most important here is we have to focus to make sure we can have a Republican to be speaker. I feel very confident that race going forward, that I can win that vote inside conference. But my whole focus right now is making sure we're winning the majority. And that's why I'm traveling the country, defending the individuals, and making sure we have the resources to win. Because remember what we've been able to accomplish here. Unemployment at 18-year low. We just reformed the VA. Look what we did last week alone. Right to try. For those sick individuals being able to have a new medication that hasn't been approved yet. Dodd-Frank. Then we just did prison reform. And we also did the NDA, National Defense. That was just that week.
Are you guys going to do an amnesty, Congressman? Are you guys going to do an amnesty?
No, we're not going to do an amnesty. We're going to protect our borders, because we know, and you know so well, this idea of the current system right now is broken. You got to be able to, one, build the wall. You got to end catch and release. We got to have a system that's based upon merit. If we really want this country to grow. And those are very simple. I mean,
yeah, well, the Good Lab bill is the best bill. But is John Cox have a chance in California? Is the GOP have reason to hope in California?
Yes. Look, we have a lot of hope. Remember, this is the state that brought us Ronald Reagan. John Cox will come through. We have this crazy system of top two, which I do not like.
No.
Yes,
Well, and
this
yeah,
idea is crazy. John Cox will come through, but there's another reason for Californians to be hopeful. The Democrats, when they took the majority, they raised our gasoline tax 12 cents. We have an initiative on the ballot that you could repeal that.
We got to bring hope back to the people of California, especially Republicans. Congressman, thank you so much for joining us.